Hello, I'm very pleased to welcome Dhruv Bhushan, who's the co-founder of Habit, which is a nutrition stack offering, something which we all need, especially post-COVID. Welcome, Dhruv, to the PR Moment India Leadership Series.
Thank you so much, Parul, for having me here. Super excited with what you are doing and happy to share our thoughts and story.
Thank you. So, in the interview ahead, Dhruv, we're going to focus on the communication and marketing strategy. So, let me start off with the first point. You've talked often about your own health journey. I saw that in a number of interviews. Can you share how that sparked off a desire to have an offering which would help people get to better health?
Oh, thank you. Brilliant question. See, there was a time when I was 172 plus kgs, right? And almost everyone in this country said that, Dhruv, it is impossible for you to lose weight. Why? Because I was supposedly eating healthy home cooked foods. I was working out 6 days a week. I was supremely fit, just that I was very, very big. And the biggest of trainers, doctors, nutritionists had given up. This is long back. Unfortunately, at that point of time, at least in India, there wasn't real understanding of nutrition or how the body functions. I took that on as a challenge, understood the entire science behind that, and you see where I am now, having lost around 70 kgs, and that journey continues. What I realized was that unfortunately, most brands and so-called experts around health, wellness, or nutrition have made health to be very difficult or very intimidating or very goal oriented. What they'll do is that, okay, let's say you are heavy and you want to lose weight, so you have to go to the gym, you have to give up on things that you like eating. Let's say you want you're maybe having poor hair shine because of lack of nutrients in your body. They'll tell you have these strange tasting gummies and strange tasting liquids. Unfortunately, that is not how health works. Lifestyle health is all about lifestyle, what you do on a regular basis, day to day basis. And everyone had made health, wellness, and fitness to be very intimidating, very hard. You have to give up things, make sacrifices. We decided that let us make health very simple, very enjoyable, very tasty, fun, rewarding. To do that, what I need to do is take everything that you eat today, make sure that you keep on having the same thing, but it does not have any of the bad ingredients. It does not have a lot of calories. It does not have fat or sugar. Taste the same or better, so that you never have to give up. I will never ask Parul not to stop eating ice creams. I will tell her, okay, Parul, Habit has created the world's lowest calorie ice creams, which taste exactly the same. Have that every day. I will never tell you not to eat cookies. I will tell you, Habit has created the world's lowest calorie tasted cookies. Have that every day. I will never tell you that, okay, you are protein deficient, so have the protein currently in the market, which is for bodybuilders, which is full of chemicals and steroids. I will give you the world's cleanest, creamiest, tasty protein that you can have even when you're not exercising. So that is our entire communication and strategy and the story that we are telling to our users, that health is not about a short-term solution. It is about a long-term lifestyle. We want to make it easy for you to do it every single day without compromising on taste and without making sacrifices.
So, thank you for sharing that, which brings me to the next point. What you're doing is actually extremely difficult because when it comes to health, the people have all kinds of reactions, and especially when it comes to fitness and losing weight, there's so many stigmas attached to it. So, how are you communicating in a way which is responsible? And like you rightly said, you simplified the communication a lot, which is good. But do you worry about being too simplistic and perhaps over promising people?
Okay, again, so in fact, the what we are seeing actually in the market is that because we have made it simple and enjoyable and flavorful, people are resonating with us a lot more. Right? See, food is not pharma. Pharma is essentially medicine. You have a problem, you take medicine, you will get a solution. Nutrition brands claim that, okay, you take our foods, it will give you a solution. It doesn't work like that. People understand that. Otherwise, see, for example, if you were to be able to lose weight by having apple cider vinegar or apple cider vinegar gummies, no one on the planet would be fat, right? That is not how it works. People understand that. So, take for example our proteins. India is 85% protein deficient, but most proteins are built for bodybuilders and exercise enthusiasts. So, regular population like you and me, we have always been afraid. Yeah, should I be having these chemicals? Should I be having these steroids? I don't know what a BCAA means. I don't know which protein is for me. So every single protein company out there, you will see they will have names like strong or muscle or fast or this or that, which is very different from lifestyle. No one claims that, okay, I am having protein today, I'm doing something good for my health. They only do it, I want to build muscles. What we did was, we removed everything. Of course, our proteins are the best proteins out there in terms of nutritional content, ingredients, quality, flavor. But even on the strategy of communication, we decided, let us not talk about product. Let us talk about experience. In the end, the user talks about experience. So our product will never make you feel bloated or heavy or have any sort of indigestion. It is very tasty and creamy, even though it is only natural. That is what people want. That is what people care about. Think of it as, comparing two phones, two smartphones, whether it's a, some local Chinese brand or an Apple iPhone. Both of them are phones. You can still make phone calls, you can still do WhatsApp and everything. But the consumer experience that an Apple iPhone delivers is very different. Right. And that is what the audience expects. That is what the larger lifestyle audience expects. They don't want product features to be talked about. They want what will it make me feel like. And that is what Habit is talking about. The experience and the delight that each of Habit's products brings to you are just superlative. They are unparalleled. Of course, the products are also good, but the experience is what matters.
So, flowing from that, you talked about experience and the ultimate proof, perhaps lying in the eating of the ice creams that you offer. But having said that, the experience will take me so far. How do I actually know it's helping me? Because that's also part of the experience that I expect. So, if I'm eating your products, I would expect better health at some point. So, how are you handling that end of the expectation?
Right. See, so when we talk about health, right, many people have again confused health. Some people say that, okay, losing weight or low calories is health. Some people will say that clean ingredients are health. Some people will say that natural is health. Some people will say that keto is health, gluten free is health, vegan is health. So health has different meanings for different people. In the end, it is all about what is your lifestyle. How do you relate health to your lifestyle? Now, Habit, we are building the future of food and nutrition, right? So we are firstly experience and taste first. We do not tell you that you eat our ice creams to lose weight. No. We tell you that you have been eating ice creams, you love eating ice creams, but you feel guilty. Ki this will make me unhealthy. It has a lot of sugar. It will cause diabetes. So we tell you, you keep having the same ice cream. Health is just an added bonus, right? You keep on having cookies or chips or spreads or sauces or biscuits or namkeens. We will tell you to keep doing that. Just whatever you're having bad as a lifestyle, we are replacing that. We do not make a health claim that this will help you do this. Right? Then there is the other angle. So this is food and beverage, which is lifestyle. Then there is nutrition, wherein, okay, you have gotten to understand from some person, whether an expert or a doctor or online, that maybe your diet is lacking in some particular nutrient. For example, you may have become aware that you are lacking in protein. So all we say is that our protein will help you meet your protein requirement, because that is what nutrient does. It makes you meet your nutrient requirements. Our super shake will help you meet your vitamin, mineral, and protein requirements. We do not say that take our protein, it will make you a bodybuilder with six-pack abs, because that is not how it works. That is the wrong positioning that everyone else does. It is not a magic pill. It is your daily lifestyle. In your food, you need to have these nutrients. Unfortunately, your diet cannot give some of them unless you are very disciplined. We make it easy for you. That's it.
I think that's a very important distinction. Is that why you're not offering like a meal plan or a meal replacement plan or a stack like that, which says in the day you eat XYZ things and this is how you buy them?
You hit the nail on the head, Parul. See, every single individual has different requirements. They have different lifestyle needs. They have different dietary preferences. They have different religious preferences, right? So, what other brands do is they will give you a cookie cutter approach. Here a diet plan. Take this. This will help you do this. Doesn't really work because health again is something very long term. You take small steps every day, they compound into big results. So what we need to do is make what you are doing regularly very simple and enjoyable. That is how it becomes sustainable. That is how it actually becomes a habit, pun intended. Right. So what you are doing regularly is where we want to play at. We don't want to change your behavior. Changing behavior is very difficult. You will never be able to sustain. Let's say you go on a crash diet, you will do it for 2 months, you will not see result and you will fall off. What we are telling you is do not make any sacrifice, do not give up anything, do not make any compromise. Keep doing what you're regularly doing. We will make that best.
That's really interesting. So coming to the digital side of your communication, I noticed you do a lot of advertising on Facebook, which is how I actually came across your product for the first time. And can you walk us through the entire digital aspect of the communication that you're doing, including influencers, since yours is such a experiential heavy positioning?
Yes, ma'am. So, okay. See, within communication, we are trying to play on both ends of the spectrum. One is called brand pull and one is called brand push, right? So, all brands in the market currently, you will see only build brand push. What push means is that I will tell you my product has this feature. This is how it is better than some other product. This is who it is meant for. So they are just trying to convince you that take my product, take my product, take my product. You don't want to take, okay, I will give you a 40% discount. I will give you a 30% discount. I'll give you buy one, get one free. That works if you do not really have a disruption. If you have lots of marketing dollars to try and capture audience, which is very discount and offer oriented. What they miss out on is brand pull, wherein people aspire to have your brand. Now that brand pull gets developed when the opinion leaders of the country or people who you look up to start talking about your brand. Right? Now there are two kinds of opinion leaders out there. One are paid social media influencers. They make money off of making posts. One day they will be talking about one brand, the next day they'll be talking about some other brand. Audiences treat them as billboards. They are like brand ambassadors. They are being paid money for doing that. So that is just discovery. That does not build perception or brand pull. The other type of opinion makers are actual trendsetters and key opinion leaders. These are folks who have reputation and credibility for what they do. They do not charge money to post about things that they care of. They are experts in their own field. For example, for us, Parul is an expert opinion maker, right? A fashionista is an opinion maker. A journalist, a businessman, an entrepreneur, a musician, an artist. They are not. They have never talked about health, fitness, or nutrition, and they don't get paid for that. When these people start saying, and they do it because they love our product and the brand, that okay, this is what I'm having, other people automatically know, okay, this is a smart person, this is someone who has been there and done it, and he's not getting paid to be posting it, because he has his own credibility. So that is how the trust and perception gets built. So Habit is building both a brand pull, which is using digital channels, and brand push, which is using our experts on the ground. That is where Habit stands apart.
So are you saying you're not using too much of paid influencers? You're not
Zero.
going that route?
Zero.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. That's actually very interesting because that would seem like the normal approach, especially for the kind of brand that you are, which women would kind of focus a lot more on,
Yeah.
interestingly enough. So a couple of, as we wind up the interview, a couple of last final questions for you, Dhruv. My next question is really about the logo that is behind you. It's really interesting. And was Habit selected to rhyme with rabbit? Is that it, or what's the deal?
Yeah. So our entire branding exercise was very involved, right? I am fortunate that my co-founder is India's leading brand expert. He's built lifestyle brands. He's done branding for most of the large startups out there. When we went through this entire process over 2.5 years, we realized all of these gaps that I just told you about. That health is being made very intimidating, and we knew that health needs to be made very inclusive and fun and flavorful, which is why you will see a mascot, right? When you talk about creating a brand, you have to have something that people can wear as a badge. Habit is being made as something that you can wear as a proud badge, that okay, uh, I am associated with building good habits, right? You see my shirt has the logo on it. The merch that we do is, they are like all works of art. This is what creates perception of lifestyle. When we narrowed down that okay, let's own health is a habit, then we also had to figure out what this entire logo and branding and mascot will be. Throughout cultures, rabbit has been the association with activity, with playfulness. In Eastern cultures, it is also associated with health. So this was a natural choice.
Well, that's really interesting. I also like the color. It's very refreshing. It really kind of stands out. And so we started off with discussing your own weight loss and health journey. I think it might be appropriate to conclude this interview with a question about that. Do you worry sometimes that as CEO, as co-founder, your brand ultimately should not interact too much with the brands? How do you separate your own story with from that of the products that you're offering? Because
Yes.
everybody can't lose 70 kg.
No, no, absolutely. And which is why Habit is not building a weight loss brand. Habit is not building a fitness brand. Habit is a lifestyle brand. Nowhere in our communication will you see that Habit will help you make lose weight. Nowhere in our communication you will see that okay, Dhruv Bhushan lost 70 kgs. Now he has created Habit. You do this, you will also lose weight, right? Because we are not building a personal brand here. We have to differentiate a personal brand from a large, long-term, globally sustainable business. Which is why from Habit we don't even talk about my personal journey. In fact, I don't even talk about it openly on like for media, even though everyone keeps asking me how you've done that. Maybe later we'll talk about it, but that will not be from Habit. Habit is building a lifestyle brand. We're building the future of food and nutrition how it should be, and that is our communication. That health is a habit. We will help you make it very simple, enjoyable, and rewarding.
One final question, Dhruv. Your co-founder, of course, is somebody was involved with the iconic Bira brand. And interestingly enough, it is a brand which women liked a lot. It was a beer which women preferred a lot. So what learnings has he brought in from his Bira experience to what you're doing now?
Right. So when Bira was started, right, everyone thought of beer in a certain perception. No one thought of beer as a lifestyle drink. It was Dave and his brains, and of course the entire Bira team, including the founders, that created that positioning. Beer is a lifestyle drink. That too, an Indian beer is a premium lifestyle drink, right? Uh, of course, the entire branding strategy plays around it, how you're partnering with the right influencers, opinion makers, right locations. So all of those learnings then can be expanded to food, which is a multi larger opportunity. In Alcobev, you can't even advertise openly, or you can't, even go to market openly. In food and beverage, we can plaster ourselves wherever we want, right? So using the same learnings of how to create perception of it being lifestyle and aspirational, and that comes from being on the ground, speaking to 10,000 customers over the last 2 years, understanding what they perceive, how they perceive, what their problems are, solving for each of them. This everything Dave and the entire team brings to the table.
Thank you so much, Dhruv, for joining us. That was Dhruv Bhushan from Habit, who perhaps has created the ultimate ice cream for ice cream lovers, and ice cream that is not more than half an apple calories. So it sounds totally miraculous. Thank you so much, Dhruv, for joining us on the PR Moment India podcast series.
Thank you so much, Parul. Great to be here.